Hey creators! So you want to go viral, right? Now, I'm not an expert in going viral, but I did do a number on one of my videos that I feel like, I'm going to share my experience and what I feel like helped with getting this video viral. And in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and run some errands. So let's go ahead and head out the door and I'll tell you all about how to go viral.
On the weekends, when you're out and about, only chasing highs, you need me. He brings me flowers on a Tuesday. He gives me good love and something that I never thought existed.
Well, I brought a banana because I'm having cramps. So my first tip to you is your topic, the title, and the thumbnail are going to play a big role on how many views that you get. And the reason why these are important is because this is what your CTR is based off of, click-through rate. And if you don't know click-through rate, it's basically the amount of people who see your video versus how many people actually click on it. And a good CTR is the higher the better, obviously. But I think the average, like a good average, is like between 5 to 20%. I believe 20% is pretty high, which is really good. But I strive for at least more than 5%. So when it comes to your title, you want to make sure that you are titling it to where when people search a certain word or term, your video will pop up. So title it where it's not just searchable, but also it's something that people would find captivating. And you also want your thumbnail to be something that somebody would click on as well. So when you're creating these, when you're trying to figure out the video topic, when you're trying to figure out what the thumbnail and what the title of the video is going to be, what would you click on? So start there. And then what you can do is research other competitors in your industry, see how they have structured their thumbnail, what their titles are structured like, and maybe the topic of their video. And you can basically confirm if something could possibly work for you, if other creators have done it, and if they have a lot of views.
I know what I need, ain't gonna lie. I know what I want, speaking my mind now. A queen needs a king to be by her side. On my mind's loving's on my mind. He can do me better, he can do me better. On my mind's everything.
Tip number 2. My tip number 2 is to storytell. You want to have a beginning, middle, and end to your video so that the viewers have something to follow along with. Every single story that is engaging and captivating and keeps the retention as long as possible has a storyline, whether if it's a short, a TikTok, a children's book, a elongated movie. All of these concepts have stories to them. Even YouTubers who are educators, they have some type of storyline. There's a sequence of events that's happening or a sequence of information that the viewer is learning. And when your viewer clicks on your video because of your thumbnail, title, and topic, you want to make sure that you're delivering on the promise, that you're delivering on the topic, that you're delivering on what you're talking about at the beginning of your video. Because usually there's a hook, right? So there's a hook, you're letting your viewer know what they're going to be getting into. So you want to make sure that you deliver on that promise. You also want to make sure that you leave the viewer satisfied. You reward them for watching your video. So that could be the satisfaction of them gaining information that they clicked on the video for. So you want to make sure that your viewer leaves satisfied by watching your video. When you go into storytelling, you have the beginning, middle, and end. Have tiny little plot twists in there. And how you can do that is with the but so method. This can also be known as what South Park says, but therefore. But in modern days, I feel like but so just makes more sense because I don't hear people saying but therefore. I hear people say more of like but so. You can take any story and make it interesting instead of saying and then, and then, and then. So for example, let's say I tell you a story about my morning routine. I wake up and then I brush my teeth and then I eat cereal and then I go to work. Very boring, right? It's so predictable. It's very mundane. It's very straightforward. And yes, you want to be straightforward in your videos, but you want to add those tiny bit of plot twists. And how you can do that is by doing the but so method. So I woke up in the morning, but I forgot to set my alarm clock. So I realized I had woken up late for work. So I went through the drive-thru, got myself a shot of espresso at Starbucks, and then I went to work. So you see how there's a little bit of plot twists in there. With the and then method, you knew exactly what was coming up. You knew exactly what that morning looked like, and it was very straightforward, mundane, very boring. But with the but so method, there's a little bit of plot twists where it's like, oh, okay, oh wow, she woke up late. Now she's gonna go to Starbucks, get an espresso so she can wake herself up and then head to work. So it makes the story a lot more interesting. And that's my second tip. To implement storytelling, have a beginning, middle, end, and utilize the but so method. I swear today has been a long day. It's only been 3.5 hours since I left the house, but I swear each place that I go to always takes like an hour because I love to explore and take my time. But anyways, my third tip is to tell 2 stories at the same time while you're creating your content. You're going to tell a story through what you're saying, and you're going to use the but so method. And then the second story that you're going to be telling is actually through video. So you're going to be showing a story. So there's going to be you telling a story, and then there's going to be you showing a story. The second story can either correlate with story number 1. So you're just showing what you're saying, giving a visual and allowing your viewer to actually watch what you're talking about. Or you can show a different story while you're telling another story. And short content does this so well. There's a lot of TikTokers who actually do their makeup while they're telling stories, or there's a lot of people who cook food while they're telling a story. So there's 2 different stories going on at the same time, one that is being shown, one that is being told, and it's combined into one video. And I feel like that does so well on all platforms. In the video that went viral for me, I was showing you what I was saying. Even though I was telling the same story, you're visually showing a story and then you're telling a story, combining it, and it creates this beautiful thing that you're watching and listening to. I'm taking a Fortnite break. My final tip for you is to hook your audience in the first 30 seconds. If you can manage to get it in the first 10 seconds, then that is even better. When you hook your audience, you want to basically validate that the reason why they clicked on your video in the first place is exactly what they're going to get out of it. So not only confirming it, but you can also ask a question. You can also start with visuals. And based off of my video that went viral compared to my other videos, I realized I had some editing to the first 30 seconds. So I had a zoom, I had a cutaway to other videos being shown. So visuals play a huge part in the hook, basically convincing them to watch the rest of your video. So different ways that you can do this is adding text. So maybe subtitles to what you're saying in the first 30 seconds. You can add B-roll. You can add cutaways to maybe you reenacting what you're saying. You can do zooms. You can do effects. There's so many different ways and variables that you can actually edit your video in the first 30 seconds. And I always tell people, if you can't focus on editing the entire thing, at least focus on editing the first 30 seconds of your video. Choose 3 different ways that you can make the first 30 seconds as captivating as possible, because if you are someone who gets overwhelmed like I do, then just choosing these 3 things and implementing them can help you with getting you to move forward and not getting stuck in this paralysis state. So if you found this video helpful, and I hope you did, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. If you liked today's video, I'm pretty sure you're really gonna like the video that's popping up on the screen right now. So go ahead and click on that video and I will see you there. Bye.